You had a post that we may not get super into. Probably we're going to get into it. We're just going to say screw it and get into it. The Plandemic viral YouTube.
What? You're not supposed to say that word.
The Plandemic YouTube video that caused people all over the place to go in a huge fuss was a riot to watch. So there's people that watched it and then immediately took it as fact. Then there's people that are involved in the medical field and science field and said she's someone that should not be trusted. She's not even credited as a doctor anymore. Like her license got revoked or some craziness, which I don't know the specifics on, but they basically just went off. And then they're like, you shouldn't believe this. It's not all factual. Get your research first. And then there's people in the middle that watched it, did research, and then formulated their own opinion. And then there's people that don't even know what I'm talking about.
I have a feeling that's a very small percentage. I feel like everybody watched that.
Dude, it was viewed pretty heavily. But that's just, I mean, a lot of it too is just because it's interesting of what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, there's always conspiracy theories. So anytime there's a hot topic, people are going to watch something involving a conspiracy theory on that topic. So
yeah, what are your thoughts? Because my thoughts are already known, pretty much. I mean, I made a post about it. But What are your thoughts?
I'm still in the same boat, you know, because I'm also dealing with it at work, so I'm understanding a little bit more than other people regarding the stats and the numbers and how it actually works in the world with airborne particulates and stuff. But I think some of it hit dead on, and then I think other parts of it were just like, I don't know if it's a conspiracy, but just kind of like a little too far.
Yeah.
Where you're like, all right, I'm going to sift through that because there's probably not. I think it's too biased. I think it's more opinion than anything. Mm-hmm. So I disregarded it. But I don't know. Like, I'm in the middle, man. I'm pretty much dead set in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, and this is kind of getting into my Facebook post that got a lot of attention, but it wasn't anything crazy. Basically, what I want people to start understanding is there's a way to view news articles. The first way is you are dead set on what you believe in, and you want to find articles that prove your point. And that is a very dangerous road to go down because you don't have any of the opposite viewpoints to level you out. You can really Google anything that you want, and you'll find an article on that. I can guarantee it. Hitler was a good guy. You can Google that, and you can probably pull up so many articles about how he was a great human being. But that's not like both sides of the story, obviously. With this situation, this pandemic, if you're watching that video and that's your only source of knowledge, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Fauci's an idiot and all that stuff. But if you understand both sides of the story and even take the human out of it, I don't care about her. I didn't do any research on her because I don't care what she has to say. I don't care about her opinions. I care about the facts within that video that corroborate with the other different news articles that I've read, listened to, and all that stuff. So me posting that video wasn't I approve her character. It was more of look at the facts because there's some facts in there that are glaring, and it's okay to question those facts. If you're questioning facts, that doesn't mean that you're a conspiracy theorist. It just means that new evidence was brought to light that you can look at and you can question and you can start asking questions on.
You know what's interesting is our generation was brought up on getting hammered through schooling on works cited pages.
Yeah.
From early on, dude. Like, DBQs had to be cited. Mm-hmm. And you had to prove what you were saying. And I think now, I mean, my dad's generation gets in trouble for it. Well, they'll post stuff and just go on rants, and then it's blatantly, obviously false, but it fits a narrative that they agree with, or, you know, whatever. And then our generation sits there and we're just like rolling our eyes like, oh my God, that's not what this is. You can't do that. Calm down. Like, read first, you know, and then it all ties into this now where people have their opinion. Everybody's got an opinion. I mean, especially our generation, for Christ's sake. But at the same time, we do a good job at taking a step back and saying, well, let me just Google this really quick and then see what does come up. And then we'll check Snoops, we'll check WikiLeaks, we'll check what other source we can that's what we feel legitimate. And the first thing we do is check where did it come from. Is it .com?
Right.
Is it .org? Is it .gov? Because if it's .gov and .org, it's almost swept under the rug as legit. So we'll just we'll take it as is. It's just really interesting to see the differences between us and people that we talk to. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting time, dude.
It was funny because as I was watching that, though, now being a professional podcaster like you and I are, I was looking at this interview and I was looking at how they're doing the camera work and the audio work and cutting in and out to different doctors giving their spiel, because understanding that this woman, her credibility might not be there were doctors' videos in that whole video who corroborated her story to some extent.
Right.
So and this goes into a different point that I'll touch on after, but you can't pick and choose who you trust, and I'll get back to that. But I looked at this video, and it really, really bothered me that he cut, or whoever his producer was, cut to his face while the woman was talking to watch him nod and agree. I'll cut to you or I'll cut to me if one of us is laughing really hard because I find it funny. But she was just talking, and then he was just while she was still talking, and it showed his face. I'm like, what are you doing? This is giving me no, why? Why are you doing this?